Hey guys, welcome to Reddit Brew. Today, I will be reading from the r/entitledpeople subreddit, so let's jump into it. A short time does not mean you can go on a cruise. This was about 10 years ago when I was married to my second wife. I am a chef and she worked retail. We weren't rich, but we were doing well for ourselves. We each owned our own cars, shared all the money equally, because it didn't matter who made more than the other. We were married, so everything was equal. She wanted to take some classes, and instead of working her retail job, she would babysit for extra income, and I was all for it. If that's what made her happy, go for it. After she got settled in with her classes, we put out ads for her babysitting side job. I know what she was offering for the price was much lower than daycares, but she wasn't in it for the money. She just loves kids. She took on 3 kids, a 4-year-old male, an 8-year-old female, and a 5-year-old female. All the kids were good, and we had a large fenced-in backyard they could play in with lots of kids' toys. Most of the parents were friendly and came in to pick up or drop off their kids. One mother, though, would come in and just say, "See you later," to her little girl, the 5-year-old, and walk away. No kiss, no I love you, nothing. It was strange, and honestly, kind of sad. One Monday morning, not afternoon like the usual schedule, the entitled mother drops her daughter off. My wife was in classes, so she was lucky it was my day off. I said I would watch her until my wife was done, then she will take over. The mother just shrugged like it was nothing and set a duffel bag just inside the door. I had never been part of this except to talk to the kids and entertain them now and then, so I didn't know the pickup/drop-off procedures. Then, like always, the mother just turned around coldly and walked away. When my wife got out of her classes and saw the girl, she asked how she was, and why was she a little earlier than usual. Did mommy have an appointment or something? The little girl said, "Mommy is going away for a few days. She said I'm staying here with you." Immediately, my wife started calling the girl's mother, only for it to go straight to voicemail. She had a listing for another number, listed as dad. It went to voicemail as well. So my wife tried not to panic and watched all 3 kids for the day, like usual, and the parents of the other 2 kids came on time and left. This little girl usually got picked up at 6:30, but not that day. That time came and went. Then 8:30. Then it was close to 10 p.m. The entire time, my wife was calling these numbers with the same results. Nothing but voicemail. By this time, the little girl had fallen asleep, and we put her in the spare room. My wife called the police to let them know what was going on, and said we will keep her with us for now until we reach the mother. After many tries to both numbers with no better results, I went onto Facebook and found this woman's profile. I was going to look for a family member or a contact we could call. As soon as the homepage came up, my jaw hit the floor. There was a picture of them on a cruise ship deck as it was leaving port. I called my wife to see, and she was as flabbergasted as I was. Going through her friends list, I saw her mother, the little girl's grandmother. I contacted her to let her know what was happening, and someone had to pick up this girl. We did not sign up for this. The grandmother was horrified and told us she would be there as soon as she could. After close to 2 hours, the grandmother showed up to collect the little girl, but she wasn't alone. She brought the little girl's father. The girl squealed out, "Daddy!" then ran and hugged him. It was clear that it had been a while since they saw each other. We invited them in for coffee, and the grandmother told us a story. From what she told us, her daughter, the girl's mother, had taken her daughter and ran off with some rich guy and didn't tell anyone where she was. The guy on the cruise with her was her mistress. The girl's father had called the police from our place and had them come there for proof of abandonment by the mother. I showed the officer the Facebook photo dated just the night before. He got the father and grandmother to go with him to the police station to fill out the paperwork, but took our statements at our house. We signed them, and they were gone. We never heard from the girl's mother for the next 3 weeks, and thought it was odd she wouldn't call to go nuclear on us. Then a couple days later, we had an excited banging on the door. When I opened it, I saw the father beaming with joy, holding his daughter's hand. I invited them in, and he filled us in on the juicy details. In the last year, the girl's mother had been distancing herself from him. Later on, he drove to the store to pick up some odds and ends, but when he got home, she and his daughter were gone. All there was a note saying goodbye, and he will never see them again. She started an affair while they were still together, and after she ran off, he took the note to her mother, who did everything she could to help, but her daughter was ignoring her too. She even hired someone to find her. It was just by chance we found them on Facebook, and they couldn't believe their luck. The father said after all this, the girl's mother came out with some major charges. 1. Child abduction. 2. Child endangerment. 3. Child abandonment. The father said he now has 100% custody of his daughter. The other man she went on the cruise owned a smallish company with his wife. When this all came out, she started proceedings for a divorce, and since the company was started by her family and he didn't buy into it, it all went to her. She was also taking him to court for more things too. He was not charged with any of the wrongdoings because he wasn't there to drop the little girl off, nor was he responsible for the little girl. My wife was sad to be losing such a sweet little girl, but they stayed in contact. The dad got a job to support his daughter he now had full custody over, with the kitchen I worked in as a server. I didn't get him the job, but I did put in a good word. I am long gone from that place, but last I heard, he is now a co-owner. Great googly moogly. I've read a few stories similar to this, where the entitled parents leave their child for an undisclosed amount of time so that they can go on vacation, and I always wonder, how do these parents think that this plan would ever pan out well? You're literally abandoning your child with essentially a complete stranger. Do they really think this is okay? Clearly they do, which is ridiculous, and I am so glad it usually results in the parent being charged. Also, it's always so sad and unfair when the father gets the shit end of the stick, despite the fact that he is the way better parent, just because he's not the mother. So depressing. I'm happy this story turned out well though, with the little girl going to a parent that actually loves her, because that mother did not deserve her. Like I always say, some people should not be allowed to have kids. But anyways, that is all from me today. I hope you enjoyed that entitled people story. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I truly appreciate when you do, and I will see you in the next Reddit story. Bye!